What's up, everyone? Today we're going to be ranking live action Spider-Man suits with my boy Huncho Joshi. Got basically the three main guys. We got Tom, Toby, and Andrew. I assume this is made by this person right here. So if you want to go check them out, I guess. But this is on tiermaker.com.
Is his name Tofu Fart?
I don't want to find out, but anyway. Well, dude, I kind of like this suit, even though it's like so simple. Like it's literally like a sweatshirt and like a balaclava or a ski mask.
It was definitely a pretty good starter suit.
I feel like I'd put this at B.
Okay, yeah.
Like
I think a B is pretty spot on.
And up next is the main suit from Tobey Maguire, the one that he wore in Spider-Man 1. Yes, Spider-Man 2 is like the same, but maybe a little bit different, but I honestly don't know the difference.
I do know somebody mentioned in a video that the eyes are like slightly different.
Well, this one isn't my favorite out of all of them, but it's definitely a really good suit that I enjoy. And I think for the time that it was, made and all that, it looked really good on screen. Probably like an A for me, like nearing S tier, just because those movies are so good. Spider-Man 1 and 2 especially.
Okay.
I don't know how you feel about that.
Me personally, I say S, but I'm fine with doing an A. I just really loved his suit with how the raised webbing is.
Yeah, I like the raised webbing.
I really like the spider design too.
I'll put it in S because, like, bro, I mean, it's Tobey Maguire. Come on, bro. Up next, we got the Spider-Man 2 suit from Tobey Maguire.
If I remember correctly, there was a video I watched. I think they said the red is a different red.
It does look a bit
it's a slightly
deeper.
Yeah, and then like his eyes, and I think maybe his back spider logo is a little different.
Yeah,
I forget exactly, but I seen a video about it a while back.
You think that's
I'm fine with A. I think I'm okay with A.
They bet. And then Spider-Man 3, my boy Toby becomes emo a little bit, and he gets the symbiote spider suit, which I think is like probably the best symbiote spider suit I've seen, even though there isn't really another live action version of that. So
yeah, so unfortunate that like Andrew never got a symbiote suit.
Dude, I wish you could have had that, bro, but I guess people didn't really like it. I definitely liked that movie, but it's still on Toby. I think I would put this at, seeing as it's the only one that's the symbiote spider suit. I don't know what I'm leaning towards, bro. Like, what do you think?
Man, that's like my favorite suit of all time. The reason why I don't want to put it S is because whenever I watch the original movie, I like to think of the original comic suit. And if you look at the original comic suit, he didn't have webs. It was just a straight up black suit with just the symbol. I kind of wish they would have got rid of the webbing and just made it like an all black suit.
So you're saying it was like low-key almost perfect symbiote suit?
Yeah. I'd put it like a high A.
Right, bet. We'll put it in front of. Do you think it's better than the second movie suit?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, bet. We'll go with that. All right, so these are the standings for Tobey Maguire Spider-Man live action suit so far. Also, leave a comment down below if you think Josh and I should do more Spider-Man suits, like, the comics, the games, or animated shows or movies. So let us know. Leave a comment and a like. All right, so now we got my boy Andrew Garfield, who sits at 5'10", the same exact stature as me, even though most of my chat on YouTube and Twitch chat say I'm 4'10", but
they all think you're short.
Yeah, they all think I'm short for some reason. I didn't like the first suit like too crazy. I think the shades of colors are like really good and work really well on this suit. I think personally, I just don't like the thin webbing and the glasses or lenses of the suit, but I think the logo and the colors is what works best for me. But I think there's some like low-key, there's some Tom suits that I feel I like more than Amazing Spider-Man 1. How do you feel about this one?
No, I totally agree. I mean, I like how they tried to do something new, especially with the suit in general. They tried something completely different from the comics. I don't know if you've seen the like scrap designs. I think in the future we should do a ranking of like scrap Spider-Man designs.
Oh, like cool. That'd be cool.
Yeah. Ooh. But like there's some really ugly looking scrapped Spider-Man designs they almost went with. So the fact they came up with this is like such an upgrade from what they almost used. Yeah, so for me, I'd say this is like a C.
I think I agree with that because I think there's some other suits that I like less, but there's also definitely some other ones I like more.
I do appreciate the creative liberties where they just tried something new. It just didn't land for me.
Well, Amazing Spider-Man 1 in C tier. And up next, I'm pretty sure Josh knows how I feel about this suit. Maybe some of you do, but I think the Amazing Spider-Man 2 live action suit from Andrew Garfield is literally the best live action Spider-Man suit. I love everything about it, from the colors to like the webbing. And then my favorite thing is the lenses. I just personally like a bigger lens on Spider-Man. So that's how I feel about him.
Yeah, and I remember me and you talked about it like super late at night one time. And I feel like ever since we've had that conversation, the suit definitely has grown on me a lot more throughout the years. So
okay.
I have to agree with you. I would put it in S. And I just love the colors too. They're just like bright and they look great.
I would put it above the Tobey suit, but Tobey's suit is definitely like close second for me. You agree, or should I just leave it there?
I would leave it there. The only reason why, I just feel like if he had Tobey's webbing, the raised webbing, I think it would have been like perfect.
Fair enough, bruh. So we got Andrew down. We got him at C, and then S tier. Yes, sir. Wait, he still has this one. I completely forgot about this one. It's like I don't even remember this one, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I think he wore it like in a quick montage or something.
D tier. Next. All right, so up next, the most... No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, D tier probably.
Yeah, if it's not memorable, I don't think it should be talked on.
Bro.
Too much.
All right, so now we got all of Andrew's suits on the board. Up next, the most recent and current as of 2026 and onward, because I'm pretty sure bro has like multi deals on Spider-Man. Tom Holland's suits. Bro has had the most suits mainly because of his ties with like Tony Stark and, you know, others in the MCU. So we're gonna start with the Far From Home. How do you feel about, or no, sorry, Homecoming? How do you feel about the Homecoming homemade suit?
One thing I don't like about whenever like I see Spider-Man suits or people try to make like fan-made Spider-Man suits, I hate when they give him like you see how like he has a hoodie, but it's like a zip-up hoodie, but how like the sleeves are gone, but he's still wearing a long sleeve shirt underneath.
True, that is like, a little odd.
Just wear the hoodie. Why not just keep the original? Yeah. Like, what's the point of ripping the sleeves off if you're just gonna put long sleeves on underneath? Like, I get it was to like color code it and stuff like that. Yeah, I don't know. I just hate the hoodie with the cut off sleeve look, and I see that a lot in fan art and stuff like that. I don't know how I feel about his eyes. To me, it's like a C, maybe like a low C.
Yeah, I think it's I think the TASM 1 suit is better than this one. You agree with that?
Oh yeah, most definitely. Most definitely.
Put Tom's first suit under TASM 1, but still above D tier. So up next is this suit. I kind of forget if this is his like advanced suit. I think it is in Spider-Man 1 Homecoming, but okay, bro, I forgot. But I mean, we're just going off the suit. So, but I don't mind this suit. Obviously, back then, up until like Brand New Day coming out this year, they did like a really big pass of like CGI, so it feels a bit flat sometimes, but I do like the mechanics of it, like the alleyway, that clip where he puts on the suit, like clicks his chest or whatever and it tightens. That's a pretty cool little touch. But I would probably put this low-key at like B tier above Tobey's spider suit, the freaking wrestling one.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I was never a fan of those black things like on his shoulder,
his
wrist.
That's like the main thing that stands out to me.
And kind of the extra lines on his pants.
I can get like mimicking fabric a bit. I'm not even sure this is an official picture, but I mean, you get the idea for the basic design. So I mean, I definitely like the Tobey suits a bit better than that, personally. So I guess we'll keep bro at B tier. The fingerless gloves was a choice for sure, but I think this is still maybe like a C tier for me personally.
Oh, really?
Or I don't know, either B or C.
To me, I'd put it in between Tobey and Tom.
I'm not mad at that. I think if he had like actual gloves, so he'd be like more covert, I would strongly agree with you on this one. But mean, either way, I feel like I would just put him right there or something. So the next suit is Tom Holland's Far From Home suit. Up to this point, this might be my favorite Tom Holland suit. I mean, like, I personally would maybe put it like right here ish, but if
yeah, I'm fine right there. I feel like it's low-key a downgrade from the other suit.
Fair enough. Yeah, this one. I think this one they should have just got rid of like some of the black lines and kind of gone full blue and red instead of, I guess, black and red, but I mean,
yeah.
I like black and gold as a colorway for like many different things. I think in general this looks pretty cool just because it's black and gold, but it really is just like not a reskin, but I don't know. I feel like it could have been a little more different since it's supposed to be like a magic suit. At least from what I remember, it's supposed to be like sorcerer type.
I have no idea if this was like a suit based off a comic suit and they try to
try to
make creative liberties. If so, I don't know what that suit may have looked like. I don't know. I was never really that big of a fan of this suit. I feel like the design was a little too much. I like the color black and gold, like you said, but
yeah.
I just wasn't that big of a fan of the suit. I'd probably place it somewhere like in C, low key.
Fair enough, bro. I think
how you feeling?
I mean, I think the same way. I mean, he didn't really wear it for that long, so hopefully nobody gets too mad at like, bro, are you kidding me? That suit was like the best one. And now we're moving on to, I believe, the Iron Spider. I think this was the No Way Home, the beginning, and I guess he had it in Endgame as well or something. I remember correctly. It's been a minute. I'm kind of an unk now.
I'll be honest. I think they screwed up this suit terribly.
I was gonna say
that's the comic book version right there, right next to it.
Yeah, I was literally gonna say. I think I like it, except the blue. Like, if they literally just removed all the blue and made it all gold, I think I would have been more for the suit. But I personally think they not drop the ball completely, but come on, bro. We all know that this is what should be closer to what it was.
They have concept art where they almost went with a similar design as that, but for whatever reason they dropped it. Yeah, I just wasn't that big of a fan of that suit. They just butchered what the original design looked like. And I understand they wanted to take creative liberties, but it just didn't land.
Yeah, so do you think C tier is good?
Fine with C tier. Low C tier, though.
Yeah, lowest C tier. GG's Iron Spider MCU. This one, so when I see like Tobey's suit, I feel like he's bulky in a good way. And it's just his like physique type of thing, or the suit, whatever you want to call it, movie special effects. But this one feels like a little bulky, like not a good way. Well, at least like from his torso it looks good, but I think like the forearm thing, I understand these are probably just like a bunch of web cartridges. I don't know. And then it's like shiny, like I don't think I was ever a fan of like the shiny suits.
Yeah, I didn't like how it's really just like an Iron Man suit but for Spider-Man, and I just didn't like the shiny look, like you said. And also, I didn't like how the suits look so tight. They look so skin tight.
Yeah.
Like, there's no wrinkles or anything. But with, like, with Tobey's suit or Andrew's suit, you can see, like, wrinkles behind, like, the head sometimes, the neck, around the waist. Even though it's a skin-tight suit, you can see wrinkles. And I feel like with the CGI and Tom Holland suits, it kind of gives it this uncanny kind of look to it. And that's why I just never liked the suits that much. But with the newer Spider-Man suit, and from like the trailers and stuff, it looks like they're going to add some wrinkles back into his suit.
Yeah. It's not my favorite Tom Holland. I'm going to keep it a buck, bro. I don't think it's... I would maybe put it above TASM 1, but depending on how you feel.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so there we go with that. That's Tom Holland's last suit. Just kidding, because Brand New Day just came out. The trailer, this is an older picture, but we're gonna refresh ourselves on suit real quick. Like, this was giving TASM 2 a lot because of all the wrinkles, like you were just saying.
Because like when you see him move in his suit, it doesn't just look like a CGI character. It looks like an actual person wearing it. I mean, obviously, around the head, it's a little CGI'd a bit, but for the most part, it looks like Tom is actually wearing the suit and moving around, being mobile. And like you said, it does give off Andrew Garfield vibes, which I very much appreciate. And I love how they simplified the suit a lot more, because even though they made it more simple, it's a lot more original to the comic books, and the colors they got with it, it just pops very well.
I think what they
Because
were
if you look at the other suits,
yeah.
I was gonna say with the other suits, they had like these black lines going over the blue, which had no reason to be there. They had black around the shoulder and the wrists and stuff like that. It was kind of like pointless. I don't know why add that,
Yeah.
but to get rid of it and make it more simple, it just feels like Spider-Man. It looks like something straight out of the comic books or even the cartoon.
I think something that they said or I heard on like YouTube videos and things like that is this suit is him taking inspiration from the encounter he had with the other two Spider-Men. Like he looked at their suits and like took inspiration from both. Like I think the logo is like
I
a
heard
mixture
that
between both, and then the colors. I think the colors are more like Andrew's a bit, but I think a little bit different.
I agree.
Personally, I mean, I definitely flat out this is my favorite Tom Holland suit from what I've seen in the trailer.
Definitely agree.
So,
I highly agree.
At least A tier for me, but I don't know if personally it would surpass Tasman 2.
I'd say high A tier for now, because I want to see the movie, and I'm sure in the future it'll change when we get to see more scenes and stuff like that. But as of right now, this is definitely Tom's best suit. And I feel like with the new director and new direction they're going towards, with a more sad, depressing tone for Spider-Man, I think we could definitely see Tom reach his actual full potential and potentially surpass maybe Andrew and Tobey. Because for a long time, I was never that big of a fan of Tom. I never really cared much about his Spider-Man. I wanted to, but every movie I was just like, it felt like he just kept receiving suits without really like earning them. But to see that he's built this suit and he's kind of struggling and he's going back to the roots of how Spider-Man should be, I just feel like we can finally see Tom reach his full potential, and it's making me very excited.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to watching the movie for sure whenever it comes out. Yeah, we got.
Is there anything else you want to add to that?
I'm not sure, dude. I think you touched on everything. I mean, the only thing I was kind of going to mention a little bit is like the Shang-Chi director directing this one. So that's kind of cool that hopefully the fight scenes will reminiscent of that, and you know, the tone of the movie, how you were saying. I definitely like that in the trailer they were showing him like actually swing through New York a bit more. So I'm hoping to see a bit of that, even when like dropping in on that dude Punisher, like kicking bro's windshield in and saying, "What the heck, Frank?" Like, so I think that was cool just to see, you know, little interactions like that and not have it be like, oh, we're going to space type of thing, gotta fight this big dude, like immediately going into crazy stuff. Nothing too crazy, but makes us connect to the characters a bit more, especially with like the emotional dramatic irony that we know MJ and Peter are supposed to be whatever, and Ned is supposed to be his best friend, so we can kind of sympathize a bit more. But so it's been a good thing in the making. But and
to add on to the fights, I know Jackie Chan's stunt team
on
this movie. So that's gonna be really cool to see. I'm excited for the fight scenes, the fight choreography, and I know the director, you know, same director Shang-Chi, like you said, and Wonder Man. He actually helped. I think he directed Wonder Man, if I'm not mistaken. I forget the last director. Do you remember his name by any chance?
John Watts, I think.
Yeah, John Watts. He wanted all the web swinging to be done CGI and stuff like that.
Oh, I saw something.
So whenever the new director, so whenever the new director hopped on, he was like, "I want to do it practical."
Right.
And John Watts was like, "We tried the whole practical thing; it didn't work. But from what I've seen from the trailer, it looks like they nailed it." Yeah. I'm sure there's a little bit of CGI here and there to help make the practical look a little bit better. Sell it. But I think, you know, this new director, he's got it down, and I have all my faith in him. And like I said, I think he's going to bring out the full potential of Tom Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Something like small I want to mention is like something that I like about DC is like when you watch like a DC show and like a movie, they don't make such a big deal out of like Batman like hitting up Superman or something. So it was just cool to see this brand new day trailer have, you know, Frank Castle and like Peter Parker like interact, just like a little thing. Like it wasn't anything crazy.
Right.
Obviously, it's cool to see, and everybody's like, "Whoa, what the heck?" Like this is like a big thing, but it's just cool to see him, you know, talk to like Bruce Banner, Castle, and things like that. And I'm hoping Daredevil is going to be in it. We'll see, bro.
Yeah, got to, man. But yeah, I'm excited.
All right, so we got Tom Holland, brand new day suit in A tier, right underneath Toby and Andrew. So this is going to be the final standings of the live action Spider-Man suits. Looks like you made it to the end of the video. Please leave a like and a comment if you want to see anything next. And please check out my friend Josh's channel, as he's going to be putting out a Absolute Spider-Man fan series update video. So if you want to know more about that, check him out. Link in the description, and let us know if we should do a comic version, animated version of this video, or anything else. So appreciate it, guys.